Hello everyone, my name is Oksana Onyshkiv. I am from Ukraine and for the past 2 years I have been happily living in Canada. Today I will talk to you about what is happening in Ukraine, the place where I was born and raised, the beautiful country I call home. When Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, Ukraine was finally able to break up away from the chains of oppression and gain its independence. Or so we thought. Unfortunately, Ukraine has been remained under Russian dark shadow ever since. Living in Canada, I have learned that every country should have the right to take its own decision without interference. Sadly, this is not the case when it comes to Ukraine, for its economy, foreign policy decisions, and elections have been held hostage by Russia for decades. That said, the Ukrainian people have long looked outward and have taken interest in a more worldly view towards people living in other countries. Countries whose people are free to make their own decision and choose their own path in life. This freedom inspired me to open my mind and learn more about the world. The people around the world, Canada is viewed as a vast and beautiful country known for its friendliness, safety, and quality of living. Canada has a free healthcare system, great infrastructure, and many welcoming social programs for people who decided to come and live in this land, for Indigenous people and immigrants. As a Ukrainian, it was so wonderful to learn that Canada is also home to the largest Ukrainian community in the world. These values and understanding are that inspired me to apply for work in Canada. It was the best decision I ever made, and words can express how happy I am to be here, especially today. As I'm sure you are aware, on the 21st of February of this year, Russia invaded Ukraine. In the most cruel and unprovoked manner, rockets and artillery have rained down on every major city in Ukraine. The lives of countless innocent everyday people have forever been changed. Homes, hospitals, schools, essentially every part of society you can think of have been destroyed. As people tried to flee the chaos, Russian military tanks and soldiers began to move into our neighborhoods. Across the country, bombing continues on a daily basis. Indeed, the Ukrainian military and its people are doing everything they can do to courageously hold back the invasion. The solidarity of Ukraine and the international support we have received is unprecedented. The horrors of war have affected every family. Only 2 days after invasion, my aunt, who is originally from Odessa, was forced to relocate in Moldova. For 12 straight hours, these elderly people were fleeing as rockets exploded around them. Our hometown Odessa is now bombed out war zone. For now, thankfully, they are safe in Moldova, but they are renting an apartment and not working, which make them feel so desperate and depressed, as they don't know what is next. My cousin is now studying online, and their life is basically at a standstill. They don't receive so much help in Moldova for refugees, so everyone there is struggling to survive. Fortunately, some of my other close relatives are located in Lviv. Also, the city has been bombed many times. It is located in a safer part of western Ukraine. However, all male members of my family who are in a fighting age have stayed in Ukraine to fight the Russian aggressors. Just last week, one of my neighbors was killed in a fighting. As a Ukrainians, we don't know when this horrific war will end. Russian war crimes on the Ukrainian people have escalated to the level that can only be described as a nightmare. As the most people are starving, farm animals are being used for target practice by Chechen militants. They are breaking into the people's houses at a gunpoint and stealing family heirlooms, jewelry, electronics, or anything of value. While this is happening, families are being forced to watch the violent rape of women and children. How do you expect people to be able to live their lives after witnessing such horrifying atrocities? They are not only killing people, they are traumatizing their future of those who will survive. The consequences of this war will be endless, and it will take many generations for Ukrainians to recover. Many families doesn't know if they will be able ever to return to their houses. And my family doesn't know if we will be able to return to my house in Odessa, as my father sacrificed 10 years of his life working abroad so my family could buy this house. Of course, this can be compared to the hardship people are currently facing, but it affects me personally, as this house is the only memory I have of my parents who died, and this war has taken this from me. From this, I have come to understand the important things in life. Though the grace of God, we are all blessed to have our health, our family, a roof over our heads, security, friendship, having our freedom to exercise our faith without persecution. I thank God every day for bringing me to Canada. Recently, I have come to realize that all of these things can be taken from us in a blink of the eye. In this loss, I have come to question many things as well. What is our purpose in life? I believe the impact we make on people's life can be greatest gift of all. For where your treasure is, Matthew said, where your heart will also be. Every time we help someone, it creates a spark inside of them. From this spark, we have the ability to create a fire that can truly light up the world. As a Ukrainian immigrant who is starting out in Canada, I have very little income, but this does not stop me from lifting my budget in order to help my closest friends who are in need, especially when my country is facing such a genocide. I have committed every spare moment of my time assisting those who are struggling in Ukraine. No matter what the socioeconomic places in life, every one of my friends in Ukraine are in need of help with the basic things that we here in Canada take for granted, such as clothing, documents, passport, transportation, living expenses are now luxuries. When you have to watch your country being bombed, it's not time for vacation, it's time to make sacrifices. And that is what I have committed myself to. I have invited many friends to Canada. I have tried my best to help them financially, also provide them with the information they need to enter the country and settle here safely. As a Ukrainian, I ask you today to support the efforts of a local church organization called ERDOPOS, Emergency Relief Program. This organization works together with American programs which are focusing on essential help to Ukraine. Another trustworthy Christian organization will be Pilgrim, which is collecting money directly to Ukrainians. Thank you so much for your attention, everyone, and God bless you all.